welcome to B3U, and I'm your girl, Bree Charles, the host of the show. And I am so excited about what we are going to be running all month long, and that is the Altar Experience. This was an experience like no other. I truly had a great time interviewing some of the guests at the Altar Experience. I want to just thank right now Pastor Moina Tucker and Jamie Tucker for inviting me out to the Altar Experience, where I was blessed beyond measure with the words that was coming out. So I'm hoping that you as well here, my listeners, are just as blessed as I was to hear some of the interviews and some of the entertainment that we will be showing all month long. So take a look, enjoy, and remember, burn through the past, break the cycle, and become unstoppable. This is what it's all about. Check it out. Well. We have Prophetess Moina Tucker,
goodness.
the backbone of the Altar Experience and my good friend for over 25 years, has invited me out to this amazing experience. And when I tell y'all could see, y'all could see that I have been overpoured into. This woman of the hour has brought an amazing, the word amazing isn't even the proper word for the experience that I got here this weekend. This was a powerful event, and I just want to say publicly thank you so much for inviting me out to this. So, Moina, tell my audience a little bit about yourself.
Oh gosh, where can you begin with the testimonies? Well, I think it's important for me to start off because I know, the heart of what you do, and we went through some things similar. Looked over, telling we wouldn't be able to do this and do that. So for me, mine started. I loved reading books, but I read them in a quirky way. I would go from the back to the front. And when I got to school, they said I had a learning disability, and they put me in remedial reading. But I love to read. One case might be, but because they labeled me, I was in a special class. So I stayed in special class until somebody, and you'll see where I'm going, somebody saw, like, no, you are not remedial or special, you're gifted. And what they were giving me wasn't challenging.
Right.
And from that point on, I had to, I was given a call. Her name was Diane Richardson. And she kept in touch with me. I'm going to be 55, 54. She just died February. So she was in my life from age 11 up until she passed away February this year. And she was the first person to buy me my first pair of dress shoes, teach me how to eat in a restaurant, and put me in a poetry class. So I'm saying that is that I had someone to see a diamond in the rough. And from that point on, when you told me I couldn't, I was going to. Just because you told me I couldn't.
Right.
And it just got, bolder and bolder with that. Life come challenges. We went to the military. She was 30, I was 28. And my mom was like, you're too old, you got 3 kids. And, and I'm like, no, I bet I am. And there were times I wanted to quit. There are times you're going to want to quit. But what made me keep going is the fact that the drill sergeant was like, just quit. You can't do it. And that motivated me.
Right.
Because I'm like, you don't get to tell me. You're not my father. You're not God. You didn't create me. So you don't get to tell me to quit. And so I worked harder. When everybody was sleeping, I was running the track.
Right.
Faith without works is dead. I had the faith and I put in the work.
There it is.
And it was because the faith and the work together, things began to manifest. And so, my military journey, I never thought I would be a speaker, a pastor, none of this. I just never saw it. But that's what I love about God. He peeks into your future. He knows what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, even if you fall off course. He's always a GPS.
That's right.
And so he led me to the heart of the ministry. The heart of my ministry is women that have been broken. I know what it feels like to be rejected. I know what it feels like to grow up in a home without a father. My mom wasn't abusive, But she worked all the time. So I was taking my older brother. So, I know what it feels like to be in a room full of people by yourself. And so God has taught me, to be okay sometimes with not being okay. He's taught me how to encourage myself and, to find the good in people. And check this out. Diamonds are deeply rooted in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know how a diamond gets to the surface?
How?
A diamond gets to the surface because it becomes so great, so grand, that the earth can't hold it anymore. And so the earth literally pushes it up to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Because it irritates the earth. And the earth, like, you got to go.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hold you anymore. And so it literally, the pressure pushes it up. And it doesn't get its shine until that first air hits it.
Wow. Wow.
Till that first air hits it.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of us are just diamonds in the ground waiting for the pressure, waiting for somebody to discover us so that first air can hit us and we can shine.
Mm-hmm. So the altar experience has done just that.
Oh, wow.
For me. I'm going to speak for me. You had amazing panelists that came and spoke.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
What drives you to? Because it's a lot. I've seen the work that you had, the behind the scenes, and just being a woman. I know your heart is in your everything. You give God the glory to everything you do, and I'm sure He is what keeps you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't feel it half stepping and half doing it,
And you did not.
And you give your all to Him, and He says, "You're faithful for few; He make you rule over many." And my motivation is I knew what it took for me to get to God.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't come to me in no 3-piece suit, no St. John, with your silk and all that on, because I'd be like, girl, what can you really tell me? What can you relate? You dressed it in $100,000 suit. I got a baby on my hip trying to find money to get Pampers.
Yeah.
So I'm not interested in what you've got to say in your suit. And so I want to always be relatable to people, see them. That's why I don't dress in a lot of fancy stuff. Not because I, don't have the can, but I want the people to see me.
You.
I don't want them to this because, and some people are beautiful in it, they do, and I'm not knocking it. But for me, it's the heart of the women.
Mm-hmm.
If the woman in the Bible, the prostitute that washed Jesus' feet with her tears, if she walks in here, I'm not going to look her up and down and be like, oh my God, somebody get the sprayer. No. Come on, baby. Come on. I'm going to invite her in. And that's what the altar experience is about. Seeing the people, not looking at them. Oh, that's good. I just got that one.
That's good. That was good.
That was good.
That was
great. Seeing the people, not looking at them.
Right. Mona, what age were you, did God reveal that this is what He wanted you to do?
Now, amazingly, I've been seeing and hearing the voice of God since I was 7. I just didn't understand it. Mm-hmm. So, because I didn't understand it, I used to say it was ESP growing up, but deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I met my spiritual mother, Apostle R.D.C. Smith, and she began to explain my gift to me and tell me, that I had a gift from God. And then I met Mother Nichols, and she finished cultivating, and my spiritual father. So God put mentoring people in my life to help me understand what it was that I had, and it helped me to be able to walk into it's like a pair of red bottoms. People think that you could walk on all type of terrain in red bottoms. You're not supposed to walk on hard terrain in red bottoms. You're supposed to walk on soft, smooth material so that the red doesn't rub off.
Mm.
So you got to know the shoes that you're walking in.
And you have some shoes that you are walking in. You have been married to my brother, Jamie, for 33 years, pastoring, motherhood, army,
magazines, PR, media. Yeah.
My God, Mona.
And at one point in time, taking care of my dear mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How, with a woman of your background, with the things that you do, how do you keep it all together?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I didn't. It took me a while to find balance, because sometimes I put my children before me, and I was suffering. Sometimes I put the church before me, and I was suffering. And so you can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't lead on empty. And so there was some Sundays that I would come in church, and I'd be like, I ain't got a word for you. And I would get on the altar myself. I was like, I need healing. And I learned how to get mine. I learned that I ain't got to get up there and preach. I ain't got to have a microphone. Nope, let me get myself right first. Let me get mine so that I can help you get yours.
Let me tell you, it's a 4-letter word that I learned today, and I've heard it numerous of times, and here you come and you bringing that word right back to circle, and that's rest. Yeah. I've heard it now from Pastor Christy. I've heard it from Deandra. Mm-hmm. Rest. And look, you have to rest. You have to know when to say no, and it's okay to say no, to take a break. And you're also a grandmother.
A great grandmother. Can you believe that?
Wow.
And a very active one, Tim. A very active one. Just brought my grandkids back.
Wow. A great I ain't even hit that yet. Oh my gosh. So with all that, encouraging, like I say, not everybody knows their purpose. Everybody has a story, but not everybody has their purpose, knows their purpose. I know I used to be one of those people until God showed me what it is He has for me to do. And running these 3 businesses that I have and all of this, and now I'm out here speaking to people because God gave me this word to speak. It is really hard to maintain all that. What would you say to somebody who doesn't know their purpose, their path, and they're just defeated because they're tired of everything that they're going through? What encouragement?
Well, we'll just say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but getting the same results, not getting the different results. So sometimes you're supposed to be doing what you're doing, but you're not doing it because you're doing it the wrong way. And it takes a lot of prayer. It takes people around you, like I'm helping you and say, hey, Bria, do it this way. It takes people pouring into you, sometimes studying your craft, watching others that have done it before you.
Yes.
Using your tools, research, study. The Bible says study to show thyself approved. And, you have to do both naturally and spiritually. And so when finding your purpose go with your passion. Because I don't care what you do, if you don't have a passion for it, you'll become disgruntled and hate what you do.
And so, speaking about passion, I know you had a little hiccup prior to the altar experience.
Yeah.
And most people would have had that situation happen and just blew up, got defeated, saying, you know what, I'm not doing it, it's not going to happen. I mean, you could have done so much. When people are faced with things that could defeat them, what would you say? Because I've seen you, but I want you to tell them, how do you deal with defeat? You've worked so hard to put together this altar. It turned out.
We got to pause for the cause. Kendrick Lamar said, because they're not like us. I'm not like them. No.
But I've watched you come up with a challenge, and to where I was like, oh my God. And at first you were like drained, you was like sad, but I've watched you. But I want you to tell them, being the woman, what you're doing, and when you were faced with challenge and defeat, how do you handle it?
I have a saying, a ponder that I've had for many years. I have many ponders, but this is one of them. Have your moment, but don't let your moment have you.
Mm.
Have your moment. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible gives you permission to cry, to grieve, and everything, but don't let it have you.
That's right.
You need to have your moment, because if you don't, it packs down, and you sometimes our emotions and what we go through is like an overpacked suitcase. We get to the airport and it's 50 pounds. That 1 pound costs us $100 to $200.
Mm-hmm.
1 pound.
Yeah.
So instead of unpacking that 1 pound and carrying that dead weight around, stop paying the price for stuff you don't need, or stuff that's not destined to you. And so I'm learning, you know, if I'm not in control, I'm not in control. You know, do the best I can and have my moment. Don't let my moment have me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's okay not to be okay.
That's right.
And when I fall, get back up, dust myself up, try it again, and learn from it. You know, learn from it.
Because what? The whole weekend we've been saying what? I ain't going out like that.
We're not going out like that.
We ain't going out like that.
We ain't going out like that.
Moina, thank you for having B3 you out with the altar experience. It was truly an overjoy, an over blessing. I am wore out. I know y'all can hear my voice. I'm going to go back to that hotel room and I'm just going to flop out. But thank you so much.
It's going to be they're going to think it's a grizzly bear and a family in there. It was funny because I don't really take naps and stuff. But my cousin, I slept through my second alarm, and she came and she said, "Mom, I need you to get up, baby." And I was like, "Oh Lord," you know. So the body's tired, and you learn from it. And one thing I will say to you is, each opportunity, each setting I'm in, I go back and I do a recap of what I could did better. You know, how to improve, and you know, and it's always about being better. You know, doing better than it was last time, and take the good and the bad, because they work hand in hand, you know, with it. And most of all, just keep at your craft, keep practicing, and invest in you. You know, have confidence in you. How did we know basic training, throwing in the barracks a bunch of females they didn't know, and 25 years later we would be sitting here as adults, believers. God knows.
Yes.
Full circle. You know, and that's really what it's about. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
And know that when you're going through it, that's not your final destination.
And the biggest thing that I speak about is taking back my power. That's where I am. I'm taking back my power, taking my power back from so many things, so many people that I've given my power to.
Oh yes.
So that is my message. That will be my message for at least a year. It's about taking back my power. And so I know who I am and learning when to get rest.
And the Bible says, don't cast your pearl amongst swine, because they will turn on you and trample over them. And basically what that means is, stop giving people the best of you that don't deserve you, because they'll trample over your gift, trample over your kindness, turn on you and go on to the next person.
That's right.
You have to use wisdom, first of all. And you have to be okay with, you know, saying no. Use your discernment, pray about it, and be like, no, at this time I'm not going in that direction. You know, and just know, like, you came here to, you know, get your interviews, to give, you know, your content and stuff, but Bree also got what Bree needed.
Oh yes, I did. Yeah, you know, I came here with the mindset like I'm just coming here to work, you know, to interview Dr. Capehart. So I thought
she was on that float.
Oh my God,
2, 3, 4 times.
So I'm gonna have to oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to share this story, because my focus, I'm like, oh, I'm coming to interview Dr. Capehart and blah blah blah, you know, and I'm having, you know, trying to study all the panelists and blah blah blah. Apostle Nichols.
Yes.
She kicked it off, and while I'm focusing here, she came in with the message like, it was such I've been poured into, blessed behind measures. I mean, I'm just, like I said, how did you even pick that panel out, first of all?
We had a lot of people that I could have chosen from. You know, I know a lot of what people would consider big name people. At first I inquired about Jacqueline Carr, great, and I still probably get her, but God was like, no. And then Dr. Valerie Moore was another one, but she wasn't available. I always have Apostle Samantha Bynum and Prophetess Adria Bynum. So it was a plethora of people that I could pick from. But God was like, oh, a different direction, because everybody had something to say.
Right.
And so he put these ladies that have their own unique style. And they brung it in their own unique style, but the pieces of the puzzle fit.
They did. They surely did.
So I had a glimpse of what God was going to do. I just didn't know, which piece of the puzzle was going to go here or go there. But I had a glimpse of what he was going to do.
And it turned out amazing, despite what the enemy tried to do.
Yes.
It came out amazing. And I can't thank you enough of having B3U out to get poured into and to just be in your presence.
And you got a lot to reflect, go back.
Oh my gosh.
You'll miss stuff and you'll be like, oh.
Yes, it was a whole part that I missed. I'm going to go back and like I said, I'm here for a minute. So I thought we was having something on Sunday,
No.
but I'm going to replay all of this, and I'm going to have my altar experience tomorrow.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm going to get mine too. I'm going to go back and be able to, because I was walking around, but I kept that recorder on.
Oh, okay.
So
There
it's
you
like, I'm going to get, what I need. I'm running, but I'm recording it so that I can go back and sit
And
look and, receive it.
We're going to be doing the same thing. The
Yeah.
same thing. So thank you again, Prophetess Moina Tucker, y'all, my dear friend, my mentor, my heart.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll invite B3U out again.
Absolutely.
Because if not, I'm going to invite myself.
You're welcome anytime. And you guys follow her, subscribe to her page. She has a great testimony. She hasn't scratched the surface of what she's done. And she know I'm here to walk her through it and make sure she can be the best that she can and succeed in that. So we thank you for coming.
Kingdom Magazine, right?
Yeah, it was
Kingdom
a Kingdom Magazine. Yeah.
So look for that, you guys. Kingdom Magazine.
Yeah.
Moina Tucker.
Well, I changed it from Kingdom Magazine
you?
now. It's going to be called Real Talk. Keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a little bit
Look
in a
at you.
dialogue like that. Yeah.
Look at you. Okay. All right.
That's next on my plate.
See y'all later.
All right. Bless you all.